What's going on, everyone? This is ODC. That's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the SH Figuarts Star Wars Darth Vader action figure. Sorry for the weird pause there. I was like staring at my lighting for a second while I was doing that weird intro. So sorry for the awkward intro. But I've been trying to like get my lighting right so doesn't have this huge glare for the figure. But here's the figure in packaging. I like how basic it is, pretty much. There's not a whole lot to it. It's just pretty much showcasing the action figure. And that's it. It says Star Wars on a nice logo on the front. And then it says SH Figuarts right here. It says Bandai. And then it says Tamashii Nations down here. Onto the side, it's pretty basic. Just says Star Wars on there. On the back, you get a nice picture of the figure and what he can pretty much accomplish. Let's get a pretty cool photos you can see there. On the side, pretty much same photo as, I want to say, that one right there. So, pretty cool. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get him out of packaging and I'll take a closer look at Darth Vader. No! Okay, enough of that silliness. I got Darth Vader out of packaging here, and I think it looks really good. I don't know what it is. I've had horrible luck with SH Figuarts lately. I have ordered 3. There's a reason why you have not seen the SH Figuarts Darth Maul review. I've ordered 3 Darth Mauls, and I've had to return every single one of them. I just got my 4th one, and there's an issue with that one too, so I can't even do the review because I either have to figure out a way to fix him or just blatantly just go get my money back and return it. But I'm at the point of really kind of second guessing SH Figuarts here because I've just had really bad luck with them. I don't know if it's the choice in their PVC plastic or what it is, but I have been a fan of SH Figuarts from the get-go, and I just keep getting the shaft whenever it comes to that Darth Maul figure. Oh my god, everything. Either the arm falls off, a leg falls off, a wrist is broken, and it doesn't come with extra pegs like Darth Vader does, which I'll get to in a second, but it does come with extra hands. It comes with 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 hands, and he comes with this battle damaged hand, which is the 7th hand. So I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks much better than the Black Series damaged hand does. The other hands, there's a force gripping hand, or like he's reaching out to Luke. There's another force gripping hand, or reaching out to Luke. We have a gripping hand, which I have on the left hand, which actually, oddly enough, comes with an additional peg in it. So I guess to get him to hold his lightsaber in his right hand, I have to remove this peg out of this socket and then put this one in. So that's going to be an annoying thing. That's why he's holding his lightsaber in his left hand. I know he normally doesn't, but that is why, if you were wondering. And then we have his other fist hand, and then I got the fist hand right here for kind of like, don't know the power of the dark side. Sorry, I know that's a really bad, horrible impression I just did, but you get my drift. He does. I do like this figure. Well, within the 2 minutes I've had this figure in my hand, I do like him. I feel like there's something a little bit off with the mask. It's either too high up, or it's not, actually, you know what? It's not pointy enough. Normally on Darth Vader's mask, it kind of points down a little bit and kind of hides the space between his eyes. I'm not really sure what that's called. Space between your eyes, right there. Where it leads to the nose. Usually this is kind of sunken in a little bit, and I'll just use Black Series Vader as a reference here. It usually is a little bit sunken into the helmet, and it's kind of sitting up high. So it looks a little bit off, or maybe it's the helmet making the face look so small. I'm not sure, but it's a little bit weird to me, just a little bit. It's just bothering me a little bit, but I like him. I think he's pretty well sculpted. I think it's this plastic cape. It's just driving me nuts. It's too bulky. It's just a bit too much. I don't even mind this plastic skirt, or tunic, or whatever you want to call it. I don't even mind that. But this could have been cloth. I don't know. I know Figuarts doesn't do cloth. I know they don't. They usually do just plastic. But I just don't. It's too much plastic on him. Extra added plastic. It's kind of wreaking havoc on his ankles. I just could see this figure having ankle issues in the future. He's already a little bit back heavy. He can't really. Kind of has to use the weight from his cape to kind of get him to stand, which really pisses me off. It's kind of like if you have her, Scarlet Witch from the Marvel Legends line, but I digress. Here is, if my camera will focus, Jesus. Here's his hilt lightsaber. And then we have his regular lightsaber. His other lightsaber is pretty long as well. It's probably one of the longest lightsabers I've ever seen. As you can see there next to the Black Series, they're pretty eye to eye with each other there. And he probably has about, look at that. It's still going. There's the top of the saber. So it's pretty long. I think I like this red a little bit better, even though it's kind of like almost like a pink. It's getting a little bit closer to a pink. I think I like the red a little bit better than this red on the Black Series. This red kind of looks a little bit orange to me, and this looks more red, I guess. Kind of reminds me of red Jello, the Figuarts saber, but like I said, I like him. I think he looks pretty cool. I like his accessories. I like the chopped off hand. That's a pretty nice little touch. I wonder if he can attach his hilt to his belt. I don't think you can. I don't even see a peg on this, so I guess you just got to hold it like so. There you go, you can hold it. I don't know, maybe the hilt looks a little bit large for his hand too. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just reading into things too much. But as far as his articulation goes, his head can swivel side to side. Doesn't really want to look up, but it does look down. He does have a tilt side to side. Let's see, we got some job turkey, a little bit of job turkey in here. We got a little bit. And then his arms do go up, and the shoulder pads don't impede on the articulation, so that's nice. And they do go down, and the shoulder pads are separately articulated, so if you really want to have him go up, he can go up. That's pretty much maxed out right there. But he can do a full 360, I believe. Yep, he can. So that's pretty cool. And like I said, you can articulate the shoulder pads with the arm. They are in a hinge joint right there. If you want to have them kind of sunken in, you can do that as well, and everything's flush now. But he does have this butterfly joint, which can shift down and can shift up for a little bit extra maneuvering there. He does have a bicep swivel and a double jointed elbow, which is pretty good. He does have a wrist rotation, and he does have a wrist hinge, which goes in and out or up and down. You kind of have to rotate the wrist with the hand to kind of get it to go where you want it to, whether it's in or out or up and down, if you know what I mean, jelly bean. He does have a diaphragm joint, and it can swivel, and I believe he does have a waist swivel as well. Yes, he does. So there's a diaphragm joint, which can pivot side to side, and it can swivel on its own. And then he does have a waist swivel, which can swivel as well. He does have the really nice leg articulation, so he can really get into some splits here. I don't think Darth Vader has ever done a split in his lifetime, but he can do them in figure form. Now, I'm speaking Darth Vader, not Anakin. But he does have those joints where they kind of pop down, kind of like every Bandai figure. They kind of pop down and then they kind of pop back up if you want to have them flush and sunken in. It does have double jointed knees. Sorry, I'm way too close with the camera. I really apologize. So there's that. And then we have the ankle hinge, which goes forward. And not so much back. The back is impeding on the back boot is impeding on the ankle hinge. He does have the ankle pivot, which we all know and love. And he does have a toe articulation and no peg holes at the bottom of his feet because he doesn't really need them. But, like I said, I mean, I do like this figure, and not just because he's a Figuarts figure. I feel like he's got some issues, and I feel like it's mostly in the cape and that helmet. That helmet looks entirely too small, and it's just not the right helmet for Darth Vader. It just doesn't look right for me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but he's kind of got trouble standing because of this damn cape. This cape is so damn heavy. Stupid. Stupid. I will bring in Darth Maul, the Figuarts Darth Maul, and his wrist is, holding on by a damn deer thread. I kind of have him in a pose here, so I don't really want to break this pose because I'm afraid his wrist is going to fall off. But, alright, I'll just straighten his legs so you can kind of get an idea of how tall Vader is to Maul. So he is taller than Maul. Like I said, I love this Darth Maul and I love this Vader. I just get with him. It's quality control, and it's the plastics. Just it's always something with that figure. With this guy, he just looks a little bit off to me. But I do like the sculpt of him. They did their best to sculpt his where there's supposed to be cloth. He has cloth, which is pretty much 90% of him. 95% of him, I guess. The regulator on his chest looks pretty good. Nicely painted. I still do plan on picking up the Revolotech Vader. I hear that's a really good figure, and you can get them for super cheap. I think around, what was it, 21 bucks, 22 bucks. So I do plan on getting that Vader, and I hope he's a little bit better than him. I hear good things though. The cape also does peg into his back here, so if you want to have it nice and flush, you can. So it does peg in like so. So I don't know. I might get around to just gluing those pegs in because this damn cape just really kind of ticks me off. It's just too heavy for his body. But I think it'll look good on the Figuarts stand, and I think he'll look good with the rest of your Star Wars Figuarts figures. I'm going to bring in a couple Black Series figures to do a couple size comparisons with them, but I think he's kind of out of scale. So, okay, and here we have Darth Vader with Darth Vader, and then here's a Stormtrooper. So he's definitely out of scale. Stormtrooper is pretty much. He's probably got a little bit on the Stormtrooper. That's about it. Maybe they might just be around the same height, but he's definitely out of scale with your Black Series, so he's not going to fit in. I would just get, if you want a Black Series Vader, just get the Black Series Vader. So, yeah, definitely a little bit smaller than the small side, but he'll definitely go on my shelf, and I still like him as a display piece. He's probably going to sit right next to my Darth Maul on my shelf over here. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully maybe down the road we'll get an Emperor, so I can pair those two up with each other and get some, I do plan on getting a couple sprue kits for the stormtroopers, so maybe I'll do those. But for the most part, I like them. Decent articulation, good sculpt, and this helmet just bothering me. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.